Okay, so I was thinking when I heard passion, I'll tell a story about high school passion. And I had 3 big obstacles getting passionate in high school. Number 1 was just like, I'm alright, but I'm not like blonde and skinny and shit. So like being a ginger was kind of a hindrance, and that's cool. Worked out later. And then second was I was super Christian, and I'm not like, my parents were Christian, I was like raised Baptist. It was like, hey mom, it's Sunday morning, let's go to church, I'm excited. And like reading books about like, don't give your heart away, and blowjobs are alright, because like, it's high school, but like, don't give your heart, because that's for Jesus. And then number 3 was I was the youngest of 5, and I had 4 older brothers. And they weren't really cool with that, like dating and all that shit. So one brother was a senior when I was a freshman, and he loved to threaten everyone who came over. My favorite was, hey, you hurt my sister, I'll skin your face. It's cool. It makes it really easy to like keep dating when you're already a ginger and super Christian. So I remember this one day I was in English class, and this guy walks by, and I hadn't seen him before, and he's wearing flip-flops. And I was like, hey man, I like the way I see your toes, that's cool. I'm in Asheville, so it's like everyone's wearing Birkenstocks and like tennis shoes, and so I was like, oh man, flip-flops from the beach or something. So he was like new, and he's wearing a football jersey, and I was like, I like that. And then later that day, I'm in gym class, and the girls, they're like running around the top, and the guys are like doing gym shit downstairs. And I'm like running, and that guy was like, hey, Red! And I was like, and he was like, and I was like, I like the way you're sexually harassing me, that's cool. So then I started like doing weird stuff, like just like going off by myself sometimes, and like my friends are over here doing fun things, and I'm like, oh, just alone. So then he'd like come talk to me, and so I was like trying to come up with cool things to say to him, and always ended up weird. It's fine. So then that's our little thing we got going on. But he's like always dating these blonde girls, so it's like, it's cool, we'll just be friends, it's fine. And my really good friend, her boyfriend and him were really good friends, and so she knew I was like, oh, I like that guy in his flip-flops, and I think he's kind of Christian, I like that. So we were like, she was like, well, let me see, like, he just broke up with his girlfriend, so we'll like, see if I can hook you up. And I was like, it's cool, he likes blonde girls, that's fine. So then, because that's a thing, right? Guys only date blonde people. That's a thing, no one else. It's fine. So then he ends up saying like, yeah, I'll go on a date with her, it's fine. So we all go on a date, the 4 of us, and we grew up here, so we go to Don Pablo's, which is that still there? No. Well, it was on Tunnel Road, and so we go there, and things are weird. And sometimes, you know, you're like kind of awkward and maybe a little autistic, and you can like look from the outside, and you're like, hey, I'm feeling a little weird right now. Like, maybe I'll just like walk away and like stop. Usually you're like, oh, that was awkward, and then you leave. This wasn't like that. It was like, I think I'm doing cool stuff. And like, you look back in like 20 years and you're like, oh shit. So, we go to Don Pablo's, and I'm like really, really nervous because this is my first date. And I'm like, I don't want to order like expensive food because like, what if he pays for me? And then I don't want to be like, man, you have to pay $10 for this food, sorry. So I ordered like off the kids menu, which would be fine, right? If it wasn't like dinosaur nuggets and tater tots, and they gave me a coloring sheet, and that would have been fine if I hadn't like played with the dinosaur nuggets, because I'm really nervous and I don't want him to think I'm cute and I'm just being a freak instead. So I'm like, and then I'm like coloring on the coloring sheet, and I'm not coloring like we're having a conversation. I'm like, oh, lightly. It's like, no, I'm in it. Like, so I'm coloring my coloring sheet, doing the dinosaurs, and like we're still on the date and things are all right. So then they go to the bathroom. I'm a freshman. My friend's a sophomore. We don't have our driver's licenses. The guys do. And we're like, we'll pull the car around. So we go and we get in the car, we pull it around, and that's, everything's cool. And then we think the best thing to do at this point would be infuriating them. So we're like, they go to get in the car, and we like pull up a little bit, and they like go to open the door, and we're like, oh, just a little more. And that's kind of fun, like kind of cute, but then we don't stop. So we just like keep going. And eventually they're like climbing onto the car, like trying to get in. We're like, it's not funny anymore, like this is just kind of mean. And we're like, ha 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 ha. And now we're like in it too deep. So we just like open the sunroof and they like climbing through the sunroof. And we're like, sorry. So then, and that would have been fine too if we didn't like keep going, if we'd like gone home at that point. But we just had to go to Best Buy. Because that's what you do when you're in high school. You're like, let's walk around Best Buy and look at the stereos. And like dance a little, I don't know. So then we go to Best Buy, and part of being a super Christian is that at school, I was like, I wasn't cool, but I just like kept it down. Like I just was kind of quiet about it, and like people didn't know that I was like kind of weird. And then I go to church and you're just like, balls to the walls, I'm great. Like, you just do all kinds of crazy stuff. So one of those things, with like all my Christian friends, we would go out in public and we would just fall on purpose. So like, because that's normal things. So you would like fall on purpose. And then it's funny, because everyone's like, did anyone help you? And no one did, because they don't care, and it's obvious that you fell on purpose. So I'm with these 3 friends from school, like 2 football players, and like my friend was a cheerleader, and we're like supposed to be cool. And I was like, hey guys, you know what would be cool? Is if we just fell on purpose, and then see what happens. And then they're like, okay, you do it first, and then we'll do it. And I was like, okay, that's a great plan. It's not. And if you're ever in a situation where like, should I fake fall right now? No. You never should. So then I'm like, alright, cool. So I like fall on purpose, and like that's okay. But then my jeans, like they rip. Yeah, guys, it's sad. So then they rip, but then they rip okay, it's just like in the seam, it's fine. Well then, we get in the car, and probably he would have forgiven that, but then he's like trying to put his hand in there. It's just romantic, you know? And that would have been fine. If I had like let him, things might have gone a different way, but I was like, no. Because super Christian, it's cool. So then we do that, and then we go to our parking lot, and we're like, okay, we're supposed to split up. So like me and him are gonna be in this car, and then her and her boyfriend are gonna be in this car, and we're gonna like do shit. I don't know. So then I come straight from tennis practice, which my hair's like sweaty, and it's like in a ball on top of my head, which I should have probably dressed cuter. But lessons learned. So then he's like trying to flirt with me, but I'm just trying to avoid my hair getting taken down because it's disgusting. But he's like trying to take my hair down, like, I should have been like, oh, but I was like, like anything but my hair getting taken down. And so I'm just flailing in the back seat, and finally I was like, hey, let's play basketball. There's a basketball goal like out in the parking lot. So we get a basketball, we're like playing, and he's a football player, and so he doesn't play basketball. I mean, I guess that's not, it's like kind of sportist, but he plays basketball. So we're like playing, and that'd be kind of fun too, but like he kept going to shoot, and I would like slam it, like, oh, what up? which isn't fun. Like, guys don't like that, I don't think. Like, you suck at this shit. Oh, you know, it's not cool. Ladies, like, let him be a little good at stuff again. But I was like, sorry. So I was like, yeah, slam the basketball, you suck at this, and I'm so good at basketball, you're terrible. And I'm not really that good, but he's really bad. So we like finished that up, and I was like, well, that date went right. Like, that was a pretty good date, I think. So we like go home, and he actually asked me on another date. I don't know why. So then he was like, do you want to go to this party with me? And I was like, yeah. So I go to the party. I don't drink because Jesus. So we go to this party, and everyone's really drunk, and he was like about to drink, and I was like, so you just drank chocolate milk with me? And so we drank Yoo-Hoos together that whole night. And then we like went home. Cool. So then I tell my brother, I go home and I tell my brother, and he was like, I think you're all right. I don't think I need to keep you from going on any more dates.